Great beautiful people! Are you thriving? Are you surviving? What's happening your side of the world? Welcome to Awakening with Professor Ez's podcast. In this podcast, we will start to dive in much deeper into the strategies, the energy tools, and practical solutions with a fun, dynamic energy. And I am Professor S, aka Sodia. I am a healer, mentor, coach, awakening facilitator, and also a Reiki practitioner. Okay, beautiful people, let's get on with today's episode. Beautiful people, yes, this is your boy Professor S.
And the Soul Designer.
Alright, bro, what are we talking about today?
Today is a very special topic.
Why is that?
Well, it's relevant to something that comes across multiple times a year. And the topic is Mercury Retrograde and the impact it has on you.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, the Mercury Retrograde. It's so interesting with Mercury Retrograde.
Yeah.
Like, for me, I love it because it means loads of miscommunication, loads of alignment within myself. But what does it really mean, though?
I mean, I guess it's showing you to fix up, just be more intentional with your communication, with your dialogue, as well as your gadgets.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something right now. Mercury Retrograde, those who doesn't know what it is, it's a planet called Mercury, and the planet is going backwards. And this is going backwards. Mercury is known as the planet of communication. Yeah. So anything to do with your gadgets, people, your cars, how you're talking, it's all that miscommunication for a 3-week period, which we have usually about 3 times in a year.
Yeah.
And look what's already happened already this week.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a crazy week, and it feels like a lot of time has gone by and a lot of things have happened, but it hasn't even been a week since Mercury started retrograding, is it?
100%. Bro, honestly, like, even today, waking up, like, I was having all these ill thoughts about myself and like, I need revenge, and I was like, rah, 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 rah. Revenge. I was like, what is this? It's like Kill Bill type of vibe I'm getting.
Bloody hell, man.
And I was like, why am I feeling that? Then I realized it's my shadow that's pulling out that I need to work on.
Yeah. I don't think I could ever imagine you going Kill Bill mode.
It's just me just paraphrasing for those who
I
don't know. And also it's about how I go into extreme anger. Yeah. I go into extreme anger where I'll be, peed off for like literally like 10 seconds, and I'll be like, I'm fine. But I need that initial release. Yeah. I need that, you know what? The F-bomb and this, and then I'm like, all right, I had my 5 minutes of fame, as I like to call it.
5 minutes of fame,
yeah. 5 minutes, because we've got to remember, we're spiritual beings having a human experience. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a human experience.
Yeah. And so I think sometimes it's easy to forget that, isn't it?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because you think this is the human life as the end all be all.
Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely. And it's interesting, like even like road rage.
Yeah. In
Mercury retrograde is heightened even more than it usually is. Because I know how much you love the road.
Well, I've been okay.
You're naturally okay. Why is that though? So what have you done so you're okay on during this period?
Well, experiencing road rage, it wasn't something that I prepared for.
Mm-hmm.
But I noticed that I've been in situations where I might have reacted differently.
Yeah.
But this time I reacted differently. Literally, someone stopped their car next to mine, pulled down a window and said a bunch of stuff to me, and I was just like he told me I was blocking space and all that, and I was just like,
oh my god. I was
like, you're in my lane, can't you see that?
Yeah.
There's a bus right there, do you not see that? And he's like, you're not supposed to be in this lane. I'm like, well, there's plenty of space, you can go. It was a much different reaction than I would normally do, which is less said the better.
Fair enough. I had such an interesting moment with my dad this week.
Yeah.
And you were in on that as well.
Oh yeah.
It was so funny to see my dad so angry with me because recently got a new car and learning how to drive it. And for me, I'm not particularly a fan of it because I prefer having petrol clutch and all that. I feel like the Fast and Furious type of vibe in it.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to like it's a fridge or something.
I mean, yeah, fair enough. Electrical, isn't it?
It's electrical. So for me, I'm naturally adapting. So and it takes me a little while to adapt it and be comfortable. And when my dad was teaching me, oh, you need to do this, do that, make sure you don't go over the humps and this and that. It was such a funny moment. Like I wanted to laugh inside, but my dad was super serious.
Yeah, I could hear the seriousness in his voice. It was a different side of him I haven't seen yet.
That's, you know what, that's so interesting. Later, if you meet my father, he's one of the kindest mans I know.
Yeah.
But if you get him on the wrong side, bruv, he'll tell you who you are.
Yeah.
Which is quite funny, because it's like that paradigm of like, you know, ease and grace, kind and sweet, and then, all right, do not pee me off, do not do that. It's like, it's really interesting. I love my dad to bits, don't get me wrong, and he's hardworking in everything he does.
Yeah.
It's because I just do things very nonchalant, should I say.
I guess the way you are and the way he is, it doesn't match, so he gets a little annoyed.
Yeah, because he's a natural hard grafter, whereas I look for loopholes. I look for, all right, ease and grace, efficiencies, so then I can build on what I have.
Yeah.
That's what, and then because we operate differently, they both have its, pros and cons, but it depends on the person's soul and how they're brought up in their programming and how that self-talk is. So when I'm really connecting with my father now, he's more about, all right, I need to be integral, I need to be stable, and I need to be leading by example.
Yeah.
Physically. So my self-talk is, as long as I'm there with my communication and I can show my physical body that I'm moving and I can leave them better than I found them, then it becomes easier for me to be integral in who I am. That's why when it comes to Mercury Retrograde, I enjoy it because it gets me into a new dimension of communication. It gets me to another alignment in who I am.
Yeah.
How many people do you know that says, all right, so shout at me. I'm ready. I can take it.
Just you.
No one says that.
Yeah, no one says it other than you. No
Yeah,
one says
exactly.
it. Yeah.
Imagine having permission to shout at someone.
Yeah, it's an interesting concept.
Like when you shouted at me for the first time, how did it make you feel?
Well, I felt empowered because I think at that point, I still remember it. I took ownership, and then I didn't like the way I was getting treated, so I just spoke up.
Oh no! Well done, you.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was a good feeling.
And that's the point. If I don't, knowing what I know and feel and understand, if I don't give others to shout at me and vent, because I can handle it. I can take it, bring it, and then I'll ask you, all right, how did it make you feel?
Yeah. And I think that's trickled out into many other areas of my life because I realized it's not good to bottle your emotions in. No. So if someone does annoy me, then I'm more than likely to tell them.
That's good.
And it's on the flip side as well, I'm open to hearing it if I've annoyed someone as well. Mm-hmm. Whether or not the person takes the opportunity to trust that they can say those things to me, that's on them. But I always, provide that space as well.
That's good. Also, ladies and gentlemen, write down in the comments of what's really happening with you. Do you bottle your emotions? Do you speak it? Do you journal it? Let us know exactly, because for me, I vocalize everything. I vocalize everything. I do not leave anything down to I do everything down to a T.
Yeah.
And the reason why I do it, because I don't truly believe you should be holding back.
Oh yeah. Nothing ever good comes from holding back.
No, but it's how you frame it is key.
Yeah.
How you frame it. Because I can tell you the truth. Like, bro, I don't think you should be wearing pink.
I love pink.
Why do you love pink?
Well, it's my favorite color.
I don't think you should wear pink though.
Well, that's your opinion, isn't it?
Exactly. But
I know what you mean. Yeah.
But
the way you frame it, it's that's where the.
So if let's do a little role play now. Okay. So if instead of me say don't wear pink, I said, have you thought about wearing different colors?
Yeah, that's a better question.
See, ladies and gentlemen, when you have those quality questions, you get better results. So if I said to you now, have you thought about wearing purple?
Yeah, I have.
Have you got purple t-shirt at home?
Not anymore, actually.
Okay. So if you think about the purple t-shirt, it's to do with the third eye. If you wear more purple, I'm getting a download right now.
Yeah.
You open your third eye and you see a bigger vision that we see.
When you start wearing more purple.
Yes, because the colors you have right now, the red and the pinks and the whites, the white is your crown and the red is your base.
Yeah.
But what's happening in between, it's not in that alignment.
So wear colors according to the chakra.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you wear colors according to chakra and you set the intention that this represents this part of my body, you will start to feel elevated in who you are. So right now, I'm wearing this gold like tracksuit bomb because I want to feel really high vibrational, very inspirational, and I want to feel protected. And in that, because I'm putting gold on, I'm naturally feel secure and safety in who I am.
Yeah.
And because of that, I'm elevated to another level.
Yeah. What color is yellow in the chakra? Sacral, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Sacral is orange.
Solar plex.
Solar plex. Solar plex is all about emotions, and sacral is about your creativity and your life force, and it creates sexual energy in us to really create passion in what we do.
Okay. Fair enough.
Because funny enough, I got purple socks on. So nice. My third eye is like tingling right now. And coming back to Mercury Retrograde, in your humble opinion and your journey into this, what key takeaways do you do so you're prepared for it? And what does the audience need to really...
I always double down on my communication. If I feel like there's an aspect of my communication where, just say I'm telling you something, or I'm telling you to meet me at a specific location.
Yeah.
I'll give you the time, the location, and I will let you know while I'm on my way if there's any delays. Or even if way beforehand I might I'm a little delayed, I need a bit more time, or I might be delayed, I might need a bit more, just be patient with me. I'll always double down on that and make sure that's communicated. Because it's from last year, something that I witnessed through one of the mid retrograde period was that communication was massively hampered.
Yeah.
And it took such a hit that it changed a lot of aspects. And I don't want to be in that space again. So since then, every retrograde, I'm super intentional with my communication. Always.
That's good.
But this retrograde, I'm learning a new aspect of
What's that?
That I can control my communication with others, but how others communicate with me, that's something that I need to figure out. Because Mercury this time has caught me out with how others communicate with me. So now I'm thinking that how can I be clearer with communication when other people aren't communicating with me properly?
Okay, so you're on the next phase of your communication now. So before it used to be how you used to communicate, but now you've got it double down. You're like, all right, next bit is how you receive the communication.
Yeah.
But also remember, this is a saying that goes like, if for instance, like if it's your birthday today, and I have a birthday gift, and I gift and I give you the gift, but you don't want it, who does the gift belong to?
It belongs to you. And I get the example. That works fine. But just say someone wants me to do something and I'm willing to do it, or I have to do it. In that situation, I can't really say, no, you go do it on your own.
No. You can accept what the three means. You don't have to accept the tone and the way it's said.
That's fair enough. But I'm just saying, like I had a situation where there was a bit of miscommunication, and what I was supposed to be doing got delayed.
Yeah.
But it got delayed to me at the very last minute. So I'm figuring out how I can deal with that type of communication where I'm doing something, I know I'm doing it. Just say it's a chore, for example.
Yeah.
Other people are joining me, and the communication is not there from their point of view, despite how much I'm communicating.
All right. So it sounds like when I'm connecting with the energy of it is you're learning how to adapt in tight situations. Because you like the things to be, you have plenty of time, you can be ease and grace and run with the wind and just be, where everyone's a bit lastminute.com.
Yeah.
So you're working with people who are naturally spontaneous and
Oh no, I'm spontaneous.
but spontaneous in
But
the
I'm
wo-
spontaneous on time.
yeah, but spontaneous doesn't mean you're on time.
No. Okay, let me rephrase it. I'm spontaneous where someone's like, all right, we need to do something, or we need to meet up. We got a plan. I'll be like, you give me 10 minutes, I'll be ready.
Okay, but
But the spontaneousness
is no
people
different.
around me is that we need to meet up in 5 minutes, and then the other person will say, all right, give me 40 minutes, but then doesn't communicate it and takes an hour.
Okay, and that's what I mean. Even that, you're learning how to adapt.
Yeah.
And just say, and this is where it's more about, all right, it's a difficult one because especially if it's family, it's hard because family are naturally imprinted in the conditionings and how they communicate. But it also shows you what the level of communication is like in the beginning. Because you overcame it, now you see, oh wow, this is not me. This is I used to be like this.
Mm.
Now you're not, and then when you see it's like, oh my god, like what's going on? Hence why it's harder for you to like receive it in that way because you've been through it. Because you're on their side at one point, now you're on the other side.
Yeah.
So you naturally have a conflict because your way of living, your lifestyle, and all that is changing.
Yeah. I guess I'm just trying to figure out how to maneuver through the conflict.
And the conflict is about asking quality questions. All right, and the question you can ask yourself, ladies and gentlemen, is: Universe, how can I adapt in this situation? What do I need to learn? What's the prime emotion I need to learn? How do I stay still in who I am in the chaos? How do I create more peace in who I am in this moment?
Mm.
You're literally, but you have to ask that question while you're in the crisis. Because when there's crisis, there's growth. If there's no crisis, you can't grow. Ladies and gentlemen, without crisis in your life, you can't grow. Honestly, you can't. That's why you thrive in chaos. Because you're naturally growing so rapidly, you don't realize how much you're growing. It's because you can't physically see it. From my point, I can see it.
Mm.
But whether you can or not, it's different. Hence why your belief level fluctuates. Where, yes, I got it. No, I don't know. A lot.
Sometimes I do see it, but I just need a time of reflection because my mind just like compare this situation to one in the past, and it's different.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I would have reacted differently. Maybe I would have communicated differently. Like even just take the example of Mercury.
Yeah.
It took one of the retrogrades to shape how I see the rest of them, and now this one is shaping how I would see the ones in the future.
Oh, exactly. So what happens is I like to plan. I like to plan like in terms of planetary things, like things because I know it affects me.
Yeah.
Because all you are is energy.
Yeah.
And I start planning. Okay. Anything I do with business, relationships, career, money, I'm very intentional in a sense in Mercury because so many things can go down the drain.
Yeah.
So I look at it, all right, what's the best case scenario? What's the worst case scenario? I'm prepared on all levels. But then I'm okay with whatever the outcome is because I'm naturally prepared. When you get that preparedness and that readiness for anything that's you're going to adapt, you're more likely to be easy to not overreact.
Yeah, I mean, once you've let go of the outcome, it's essentially just, you'll be like, you're just telling the universe, I'm prepared for it, but either way it goes, I'm okay with it.
Oh yeah, for sure. And for me, my biggest tip for anyone that's doing Mercury retrograde is, all right, your self-talk. Self-talk is, what I'm telling you right now is, actually do this process with me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this or listening to this on your podcast, if you're driving, then park up and just follow me. Just literally follow me. Just close your eyes, put your right hand on your heart and your left hand on top of it. And we're going to go through a spiritual process. Let's call it and we're going to really tap into the Mercury energy. I want you to take a deep breath in And a deep breath out. And just take another deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Now I want you to visualize Mercury in front of you right now. As you see this magical planet in front of you, I want you to imagine it showing up for all those times you miscommunicated with a loved one, friends, family, strangers, people with reason, season, and life. I want you to imagine now you're sending this sapphire blue light to Mercury Retrograde, as Mercury Retrograde gets a really bad rep of being really bad and really not aligned, and people don't like it. And I want you to send love. I want you to imagine now you're sending this golden light to Mercury right now. And you ask Mercury to give you a stability in who you are, to be okay in adapting, to be worthy in who you are. And you're just allowing the Mercury Retrograde to be integrated, to create the life lessons that you've asked for. Take another deep breath in. And you're now feeling this magical white light surrounding with you with ease and grace. Feel it just entering in your crown, your third eye, your eyes, your nose, your mouth, all in your throat, entering in your heart, down to your legs, knees, ankles, and your feet. Feel this magical white light of purity in your communication, the tonality being upgraded, the mindset of how you receive communication. You're letting go of all that road rage, all those anguish of anyone's ill thoughts about you. What they think of you is not true. It's just part of where they are. It's not personal to you. Now I want you to imagine now you're communicating to yourself now. And you just say to yourself, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I forgive you for all those times I didn't communicate in the manner of my highest. I let go of all the vows, all the decisions that I've made in this lifetime or any lifetime, and declare as complete. And take another deep breath in and a deep breath out. And when you're ready, pat your legs and your arms and open your eyes and welcome back. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, when you go through the process, if you're feeling light, it means you can feel that shift. And if you're feeling heavy, it means there's some miscommunication that you have in your physical body right now. How are you feeling after that, bro?
Yeah, I feel a little lighter.
I feel so much lighter right now.
Yeah. Isn't one thing I did notice when you said self-talk? I noticed that a good tip is when you have negative self-talk, to say, I don't have X, I don't have Y. At the end of what I've been doing is I've been adding at the end of it, but I'm building it.
Brilliant.
Like I don't have this.
Yeah.
But I'm taking the action that I need in order to get that.
That's good.
It creates it starts off negative, but then it shifts into positive.
Yeah. So I'll give you an example. So I'm building towards a 10K per month. I'm working towards a better body. I'm aligning in the best relationships. I may not have it now, but I'm working towards it. Yeah. Those are lines that we want to be saying on a consistent basis. So what happens is it's a space of I'm present right now, but I'm working towards a new version of me.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh wow. That almost comes to the end of our episode, the Mercury Retrograde.
Yeah. It's a good episode.
It was. Ladies and gentlemen, type in the comments, subscribe to our channel of what you thought, and share this with other people who actually need this. Let us know in the comments what topics we could go into, because we always love feedback. Because ladies and gentlemen, feedback is where we can create more. And I'm open to feedback, because what happens is I get to refine to really articulate in such a way that becomes ease and grace. Okay, this is Professor S signing off, and
The soul designer.
and we shall catch you on the next episode. Come on, son! Thank you for joining myself and Sukhdev on the podcast. It's been absolutely our pleasure to really serve your souls and really give you the insights of how you can cultivate more fun, dynamic energy and receive things with ease and grace. Also, please leave a review down below on Trustpilot of how you felt with it, and your words of wisdom will help another soul with creating more love and wisdom. And also, if you're looking to gain more clarity, blast through your limit beliefs, book a session with myself where we dive in much deeper in terms of the energy tools, the mindset and the strategies to really live your best life and really cultivate who you truly meant to become. This is Professor signing off. Keep rising your greatness, keep aligning your highest, and let's go smash it. Come on, son!